They're Nazis that love anime. Like they love Japanese cartoons and National Socialism and I'm sorry, human biodiversity. What a fucking gem that is. I love HBD.
Yeah. Oh, I love that, like, when that was first invented, these fucking dipshits thought that they had got some, like, silver bullet. Oh, now I can be racist and everyone will agree with me because I use the science-sounding word for it.
As much as they, cherish their alienation from society, they also transparently crave the recognition of the broader culture. Like, they just want a pat on the head to be like, yes, human biodiversity is a real scientific discipline. It's definitely on par with chemistry.
They want to
that's what renders their entire approach so tragically sad, is that they have created this identity as outsiders, but like everything they do is this parasitic response to a broader culture. They would have nothing if they didn't have that to react to. They have no positive fucking agenda or ability or knowledge or
Wait a
anything.
second, though.
All they have is the ability to shit all over things and then hopefully get a response from a hyperventilating Tumblr tween.
Hold on a second, though. I'm gonna put this out there. I'm issuing a challenge. If you want to prove us wrong and debate human biodiversity with us, here's what you do. Find all of the articles that support your thesis. All of them. Like literally anything. Print them out, and then transcribe them by hand onto a new, like, leaves of paper. Just handwrite and contain all the notes from all the printed articles, transfer them over again. Copy them in triplicate. Put them into make them all into little paper airplanes and shove them in your fucking pee hole. Cram them all in your fucking urethra. And then piss it into your toilet, and then hopefully it will reach us here in New York City. Your little missives.
I want to hear them out personally. I think I'm actually going to join.
Wait a second.
them.
This one is like a little obscure. We don't need to actually keep it for the show. But did you guys see the thing this week? It just happened. This guy, Stephen Den Best, who just died.
Yeah, speaking of anime Nazis, he
was the proto
anime Nazi.
He was the proto anime Nazi. But the thing is, he wasn't like alt-right. He was much more of like the neocon war blogger thing. What's his name? It's Tony Now did a wonderful obituary for him. But he was a guy, like, again, he's one of these figures that, like, totally obscure now, but like if you were sort of unlucky enough to have been online in the sort of early aughts and the kind of genesis of the political blogosphere, it's sort of like hard to overstate how much this guy was like pimped and just like by guys like Instapundit and all like the sort of early right-wing bloggers as like, this guy's a genius. He's a genius. He is good. People like him are going to overturn the mainstream media. And this dude was like literally a man going his own way. He was a proto man going his own way and proto anime hentai blogger. But like he was
like the John
screeds.
the Baptist for basically every pathology in reactionary Twitter that exists.
Long screeds supporting the Iraq War and like all this pseudo fake military analysis and history that focuses on like where he has like the name of like every piece of military hardware down that like as a substitute for his lack of knowledge of anything else. But he was like really heavily promoted by like the National Review and a lot of these fucking assholes. And then, like, he just sort of, like, stopped political blogging around 2004 and dedicated his entire time to running a site that did almost nothing else but just review anime and post pictures of prepubescent cartoon girls that he would, like, be like, I really like the panty drawing on this one.
Yeah.
It's
amazing.
That's the logical conclusion to conservatism. It is just like imagined febophilia. Like
but okay,
febophilia.
So Jim Garrity of the National Review wrote his obituary the other day, and he was like, his voice was sorely missed when he turned in 2004 when he turned his attention to cartoons. And it was just like, wow, that sentence is doing a lot of work covering up. He devoted his attention to cartoons, and then like
One way to put it.
and then literally that his original like political blog is no more, but like the one he was doing up until last week is still up there, and it's just literally him being like reviewing anime shows, and it's like pros. Lots of cute girls. Double pros. Lots of bathing scenes.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And then, so like one of the things he got really famous for, there was like this was his call to arms. Again, shared heavily by Instapundit. was something called like the death of Anglo women or something like that, and it was
Anglo women are an endangered species.
Yes, Anglo women are an endangered species, and it was this long, heartfelt screed about how he's been single for like the last 9 years. The last relationship he's been in was 8 years ago. He hasn't dated a single person. He doesn't feel like a man. He doesn't feel like a human being. And then he goes to a Vegas strip club, and he was like, for the first time in like a decade, I felt like a man again. These women treated me like men.
Wow.
They were kind. They were polite. They even gave me a hug and kiss on the cheek after I spent $400.
Dude. Oh,
Those two things have nothing to do with each other.
holy.
And it was like, this is the perfect, like the guy who thinks the stripper is really into him. It's like the saddest shit ever, but of course I feel no sympathy.
I feel nothing.
I feel nothing for him ever.
Dead.
I mean,
shit on his
and
grave.
honestly, it's better for everyone that he's dead. Him most of all.
The world is like nothing bad comes out of him being dead. So, wow. Rest in peace, buddy. Good luck in the afterlife.
Okay, dude. We can cut from this or from later in the show, but I really want to talk about this because this early era of right blogging. Because then when this guy died, it reminded me of this other dude who was like a twin star to Stephen DeBest. He is still alive, I believe.
Kim Dutoit?
Kim Dutoit. And he wrote another one of these, like,
The pussification of the American man.
The pussification of the American man. This was like, one of these things that was like shared over and over again. This was the early, like I said, the early aught war blogger call to arms. This is a guy who stopped blogging because his readership couldn't raise enough money to pay for his gout treatment and lap band surgery for his entire family. Think about that. Think about that.
Fuck me, dude. Holy shit.
And like, what's his? I think Tony or like Jim Jorps or someone dug up a picture of him, and he's reclining on something, and he's one of those guys like his stomach is so large that like it's like coming out of his giant shirt. He has that like under boob of stomach that's coming out when he's lying on his side. And like he wrote these incredibly angry, like he was like, we have to exterminate the Muslim cockroaches for the name of Western civilization. And then like, Instadork would be like, interesting. Read the whole thing. And I just love the idea that like the stoic defender of Western civilization is a guy who wheezes after getting out of bed, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't die from sleep apnea." Another great day.
Imagine if Charles Martel had staph infection in between his tits and stomach.
I don't even know if he's still alive. I hope he's not.
He's probably fucking
I hope
dead.
he's dead.
I hope he's dead.
Too, actually. This is the first I'm hearing of him.
I hope that gout.
he is
He
dead.
got
Seriously.
gouted.
Seriously, look up the essay. I'm calling it an essay, which is hilarious.
More of a diatribe, right?
Look up the
Missive.
the pussification of the Western male.
Yeah.
Which is weird because, like, the more obese you get, the more your like cock goes back into your body. Because if anyone's being pussified,
And there's something sort of feminine about having like double D tits.
a little bit.
In traditional, gender norms or whatever, that's kind of feminine to have giant jugs.
You're an idiot, Matt. In ancient Sparta, it was considered very masculine to have malactation and to be 500 pounds.
I just like I wish the people that follow us on Twitter could have been around. Like there was this whole constellation of absolute
it was
weirdos
amazing.
that are now
I was
lost
so
to
immersed
time.
in that shit. And they were
do you remember
awful
Bill Whittle?
chuds.
Do you remember
Yeah.
Bill Whittle? He was another guy that Instapundit promoted heavily, who had the idea of creating something called Ejectia that was sort of going to be like Second Life for conservatives.